You need to understand that half of the people on this planet, 50% of all people alive, are females. So that woman you think is so special, the one you really want, she's not special. She isn't special. Get that out of your head straight away. Because the more special you think she is, the more you're going to mess up when you're talking to her. She's not special. She's a human being like everyone else. There are girls prettier than her out there. Maybe you don't have their phone numbers yet, but they exist. So you've got to go out and get them. Don't try too hard. The reason I get away with doing so little work is because I put such a high price tag on myself. I'm a 4-time kickboxing world champion, a multimillionaire. Any woman, no matter how beautiful, knows I'm never going to be the guy constantly hitting her up. I'm not the guy who always answers the phone. I'm not the guy giving lifts to work. She knows I've got things going on. Like I said earlier, I've never struggled with women because I never focused on women. All these game books and idiots saying, get the woman, forget that. Forget her. Forget all the chicks. Worry about yourself. Get yourself straight. When your life is together, women are added bonus. It's much easier to focus on yourself, become high level, and then attract women than it is to forget about yourself and spend all your time running around malls, doing day game, approaching thousands of girls. That stuff is garbage. It's for children. All the game you've read before is nonsense. You'll see why it's nonsense in future discussions, especially about keeping women. Sure, you might approach 1,000 girls and get 5 numbers, maybe one works out. But instead of becoming rich, strong, or smart, you're wasting your life chasing women. I focused on myself, and that's how I attained high-quality women and how I retain them, which is a completely different topic. There are factors you can't control with win, timing, competition, and circumstances. Sometimes she's talking to someone who simply outclasses you. That happens. What you can control is not losing your honor. Don't beg for attention. Keep your self-respect. If you're going to lose with honor. The moment you realize you're not going to get her, you can either beg and destroy your dignity or walk away and try again later with someone else. The correct decision is obvious. Never be so desperate that you lose all respect for yourself, because then you'll never get her anyway. When it comes to approaching women, some are open for business and some are closed. Beyond what you can't control, body language matters, presentation matters, but overall, I don't like the idea of game. It's nonsense. I can't tell you exactly what to say or how to act. Even if you copied my mannerisms word for word, it wouldn't work because we're different people. Every woman is different. Every situation is different. The mood, the place, the timing, even the weather matters. Anyone trying to give you a simple formula is oversimplifying something complex to make money. The only real way to succeed, especially long term, is to be yourself. You can't fake and act for a long period of time. Be yourself, but be a confident version of yourself. Confidence is always attractive. That doesn't mean bragging or being arrogant. Confidence shows up in small decisions, like knowing where you're going instead of asking her to decide. Women don't want to think. They want to be led. Stick to your decision. Confidence is what's attractive, not being rude or aggressive. You don't have to be a jerk. In fact, if you're confident and not a jerk, you're already ahead of most people. Be confident in who you are and what you say. Believe you can do anything. If you believe you're the man, there's nothing to worry about. You can have a completely different personality than mine and still succeed. Different styles, different words, different mannerisms all can work if you've learned the core lesson. Now, here's how you really cash in on all this. Number one, get serious. Life is serious. The future is serious. Winning or losing matters. Income matters. Supporting your family matters. Take your future seriously. Don't miss the opportunity to learn. Don't be lazy in learning. If you've had a bad week, sit down and analyze it. Learn from it and do better next week. One way to learn how to do it right is to do it wrong, but don't let that take too long. 1 year of mistakes is enough. Life change starts with education. Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of life change. Listening once isn't enough, you need repetition. Dedicate yourself to learning. If you want to solve problems, you must learn. If you want to seize opportunities, you must learn. Number 2, get smart. The same wind blows on everyone. The difference in results is personal philosophy setting a better sail. Don't ask for better conditions. Use what you have and turn it into your future. Take notes, roll up your sleeves, commit to learning so you're prepared for what's ahead. Number 3, get going, take action. Don't let neglect destroy your life. Take care of the small disciplines before life gives you bigger responsibilities. Nothing is trivial. Everything matters. Be disciplined when the amounts are small and you'll be trusted with more. You have to understand that the world does not care about how you feel. The world only cares about what you can do. This is the biggest lie you've been told by the Matrix. They tell you that your feelings matter. They tell you that if you are sad, you should stop. They tell you that if you are tired, you should rest. They tell you that if you are depressed, you need a pill. This is why you are losing. This is why you're broke. This is why you are invisible. The universe is a very difficult place. It is a hyper-competitive environment where only the absolute best survive and thrive. And the best men, the top 1% of the 1%, we do not operate on feelings. We operate on duty. Imagine if I only trained when I felt like it. Imagine if I only went to the gym when I was motivated. I would not be a 4-time world champion. I would be a nobody. I would be you. The difference between me and you is that when I wake up and I feel like garbage, I still do what I am supposed to do. I don't negotiate with myself. I don't sit there and have a conversation with my inner weakness. I kill it. I strangle it. I get up, I drink my coffee, and I go to war. Because life is war. Every single day is a battle against a version of yourself that wants to be lazy. And if you let that lazy version win, even once, you start a habit of losing. You talk about being sad. You talk about being heartbroken. Let me tell you something about heartbreak. It is energy. It is unlimited fuel. The Matrix wants you to take that heartbreak and go cry in a corner, eat ice cream, and watch movies. That is what a loser does. A winner takes that pain, that absolute rage inside his chest, and he uses it. He uses it to do more push-ups. He uses it to work harder at his business. He uses it to become undeniable. You think I haven't had my heart broken? You think I haven't been betrayed? Of course I have. But look at where I am and look at where the people who betrayed me are. I took that pain and I built an empire with it. You are wasting your pain. You are letting it consume you instead of consuming it. Emotional control is the singular most important trait of a man. If you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your reality. A man who acts on impulse is a child. If you get angry and you scream, you have lost the frame. If you get sad and you quit, you have lost the game. You must be stoic. You must be like a mountain. The storm comes, the wind blows, the rain falls, but the mountain does not move. The mountain does not care about the weather. You must become the mountain. When the girl leaves you, you do not move. When the bank account goes down, you do not move. When the world tries to crush you, you do not move. You stand there, you assess the situation, and you execute. Execution is everything. Ideas are worthless. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation is a scam. It is a feeling that comes and goes. You cannot rely on it. You must rely on discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. That is the secret. I don't love getting punched in the face. I don't love sparring with heavyweights when my ribs are bruised. But I love winning. I love being the best. And the price of being the best is doing the things that nobody else wants to do. You want the cars? You want the private jets? You want the freedom? Then you have to pay the price. And the price is your feelings. You have to sacrifice your desire for comfort on the altar of your future. People ask me, Andrew, are you happy? What a stupid question. Who cares if I am happy? Am I capable? Yes. Am I dangerous? Yes. Am I rich? Yes. Am I free? Yes. Happiness is for children and pets. Happiness is a state of mind that is temporary. You eat a chocolate bar, you are happy. You finish the chocolate bar, you are sad again. I don't want to be happy. I want to be great. Greatness is permanent. Legacy is permanent. If you chase happiness, you will end up miserable. If you chase greatness, you might just find happiness along the way, but it won't matter because you will be too busy conquering the world. The Matrix is designed to keep you emotional. Look at the news, look at social media. It is all designed to trigger a reaction from you. They want you angry. They want you scared. They want you distracted. If you are angry at the political situation, you are not focused on your money. If you're scared of a virus, you're not focused on your fitness. If you are distracted by celebrity gossip, you are not focused on your family. You have to unplug. You have to realize that your attention is your currency. Stop spending it on things that do not serve you. Stop spending it on people who do not matter. Focus entirely on yourself and your mission. And what is your mission? Your mission is to become the strongest, smartest, wealthiest version of yourself possible. This is your duty to God. God did not put you on this earth to be a weakling. God did not give you testosterone and muscles and a brain so you could sit on the couch and play video games. That is an insult to your Creator. You are here to struggle. You are here to overcome. You are here to prove your worth. Life is a test. And most of you are failing. You are failing because you are soft. You are failing because you listen to your emotions instead of your logic. Logic must rule your life. If you are fat, the logic says, eat less, move more. But your emotion says, but I'm hungry, but the cake tastes good. If you listen to the emotion, you stay a loser. If you listen to the logic, you become a winner. It is that simple. There is no magic pill. There is no secret shortcut. It is just brute force and logic. You have to look at your life and be honest with yourself. Are you where you want to be? If the answer is no, then it is your fault. It is not the government's fault. It is not your parents' fault. It is not the economy's fault. It is your fault. You made the decisions that led you here. And if you want to go somewhere else, you have to make different decisions. You have to decide today that you are going to kill the old version of yourself, the version of you that complains, the version of you that makes excuses, the version of you that is controlled by emotion. You have to take that guy out back and put a bullet in his head. And you have to be born again as a man of iron, a man of will. A man who does not flinch. When you walk into a room, people should feel your presence. They should feel that you are a man who is in control, not just in control of the room, but in control of himself. That is true power. Women can smell weakness. They have a sixth sense for it. If you are insecure, if you are needy, if you are emotional, she will know and she will despise you for it. Women want a rock. They want a man who can handle the chaos of the world without blinking. If you freak out because your coffee order is wrong, how is she supposed to trust you when real problems happen? How is she supposed to trust you to protect her and the children if you can't even handle a minor inconvenience? You have to practice stoicism in the small things so you can have it in the big things. Traffic is a test. The weather is a test. Rude people are a test. Every time you get annoyed, you fail the test. You are leaking energy. You are giving your power away to external circumstances. A top G does not react. He acts. He observes. He calculates. And then he moves with precision. You need to be like a grandmaster in chess. You don't see a grandmaster flipping the board because he lost a pawn. He sits there, he breathes, and he finds the winning move. Life is chess. And you are playing like a checkers player. You are reacting to every jump, every move without a plan. You need a plan, and that plan starts with controlling your mind. The mind is a battlefield. It is you against you. There is a voice in your head that wants you to be average. It wants you to be safe. It wants you to fit in. You have to declare war on that voice. You have to scream over it with action. When that voice says sleep in, you get up. When that voice says it's too hard, you go harder. When that voice says quit, you keep going. This is how you build mental toughness. Mental toughness is like a muscle. You have to tear it down to build it up. You have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations constantly. Why do I preach combat sports? Why do I tell every man to learn to fight? Not because you need to beat people up in the street, but because getting in a ring teaches you the ultimate emotional control. When someone is trying to take your head off, you cannot panic. If you panic, you die. You have to stay calm in the midst of violence. You have to think clearly while you are in pain. This translates to everything in life. If you can stay calm in a fight, you can stay calm in a business meeting. You can stay calm during a breakup. You can stay calm when the world is falling apart. It gives you a perspective that other men simply do not have. You look at these people running around, stressed out about nothing, stressed about things that don't matter. It's pathetic. You need to zoom out, look at history, look at what your ancestors went through. They survived ice ages, plagues, wars, famines. They fought saber-toothed tigers with sticks. And you are depressed because your Wi-Fi is slow. You are depressed because a girl didn't text you back. It is an insult to your bloodline. You have the blood of conquerors running through your veins. Act like it. Stop seeking validation. Stop looking for people to tell you that you are good enough. You are not good enough. Not yet. That is the truth. You have potential, but potential is just a fancy word for haven't done anything yet. You need to turn that potential into kinetic energy. You need to produce results. The world judges you on results. Nobody cares about your intentions. Nobody cares about your struggle. They only care about the trophy. Did you win or did you lose? That is the binary nature of reality. Winners get everything. Losers get nothing. And don't tell me it's not fair. Of course it's not fair. Life isn't fair. The lion eating the gazelle isn't fair to the gazelle. But the lion doesn't care. The lion has to eat. You have to decide if you are going to be the lion or the gazelle. The Matrix wants you to be the gazelle. They want you to be a victim. They want you to complain about fairness so they can control you. But the top G realizes that fairness is a myth. He creates his own advantages. He works harder, smarter, and faster than everyone else until the game becomes unfair in his favor. You have to become obsessed. Normal people will call you crazy. They will tell you to slow down. They will tell you to find balance. Balance is a lie. If you want to be in the top 1%, you cannot live a balanced life. You have to be extreme. You have to be obsessed with your goals. You have to think about them morning, noon, and night. You have to dream about them. While your friends are out partying, you are working. While they are sleeping, you are training. While they are spending, you are investing. Years later, when you pull up in the Bugatti and they are still taking the bus, they will ask you how you got lucky. They won't see the thousands of hours of suffering. They won't see the discipline. They won't see the emotional control. And that is fine. You don't need them to understand. Lions do not concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. You just need to respect yourself. And you cannot respect yourself if you lie to yourself. You know when you are slacking off. You know when you are being weak. You can't hide from the man in the mirror. That is the only judgment that matters. When you look in the mirror at the end of the day, can you honestly say, I gave everything? If the answer is no, then you have work to do. Depression. Let's talk about it again. I said depression isn't real and people lose their minds. What I mean is that depression as a permanent state of helplessness is a trap. Feeling sad is real. Feeling low is real. But believing that you are powerless to change it is a lie. If you change your life, you change your mind. If you get strong, get rich, get status, get respect, it is very hard to be depressed. It is very hard to be sad when you are winning. So if you are sad, it is your brain telling you that you are losing. It is a signal. It is an alarm bell. Listen to the alarm and fix the problem. Don't just sit there and listen to the noise. Turn it off by taking action. Speed is of the essence. You act like you have time. You don't have time. You are dying. Every second that ticks by is a second you never get back. You are 1 second closer to the grave. And what have you done? What have you built? What have you conquered? You need to move with urgency. The Matrix relies on you being slow. It relies on you procrastinating. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. There is only now. If you have an idea, execute it now. If you need to work out, go now. If you need to make a call, make it now. Speed defies gravity. Speed breaks the sound barrier. Speed kills the competition. Be the guy who gets things done. Be the guy who is reliable. Be the guy who never cracks. This is how you build a network. This is how you attract high-value people. High-value men want to be around other high-value men. They don't want to be around emotional time bombs. They want to be around soldiers. Soldiers who follow orders, soldiers who execute the mission, soldiers who hold the line. Are you a soldier or are you a civilian? Civilians get crushed. Soldiers get paid. It all comes down to your mindset. You have to reprogram your brain. You have to delete the software that society installed, the software of victimhood, of weakness, of emotion. And you have to install the software of the conqueror. You have to tell yourself every single day, I am the best. I am unstoppable. I am a machine. And then you have to go out and prove it. Words are cheap. Action is expensive. Pay the price. Look at my life. I have everything a man could want, but I still train every day. I still work every day. Why? Because I am terrified of being average. Average is a disease. Average is the worst thing you can be. I would rather be dead than average. You need to develop a fear of mediocrity. Let that fear drive you. Let it push you when you want to stop. Let it burn inside you like a fire. Control your emotions. Master yourself. Conquer the world. It is not complicated. It is just hard. And because it is hard, most people won't do it. That is your opportunity. The fact that it is hard means there is less competition at the top. The bottom is crowded. The bottom is full of people crying and complaining and feeling sorry for themselves. The top is empty. There's plenty of room for you at the top, but you have to climb. And you cannot climb carrying the heavy baggage of your emotion. Drop the baggage. Drop the sadness. Drop the fear. Drop the doubt. Just climb. Climb until your hands bleed. Climb until your legs shake. Climb until you can't breathe. And then climb some more. Because the view from the top is worth it. The view of your enemies below you. The view of the life you built. The view of the man you became. That is the only thing that matters. So get up. Wipe the tears. Stop the whining. Look at your bank account. Look at your body. Look at your reality. Get angry at it. And use that anger to build something great. The Matrix is watching. They are waiting for you to fail. Do not give them the satisfaction. Defy them. Break the chains. Escape the cage. You have to understand that you are currently living in a prison without bars. You don't see them, but they are there. They are built of debt. They are built of limiting beliefs. They are built of the opinions of people who do not matter. The Matrix has programmed you to be a worker drone. They want you to wake up, go to a job you hate, pay taxes, consume garbage media, and die. That is the life script they have written for you. And if you follow that script, you are a slave. You are no different than a cow in a field waiting to be slaughtered. The only difference is the cow doesn't know it. You know it. You feel it in your soul that something is wrong. You feel that you were meant for more. That feeling, that is the G inside of you screaming to get out. Let's talk about money. You think money is evil? You think money doesn't buy happiness? That is slave talk. That is what the rich tell the poor to keep them poor. Money is freedom. Money is the key that unlocks the cage. If you are broke, you are not free. You cannot go where you want. You cannot eat what you want. You cannot protect your family the way they deserve. If my mother needs a surgery that costs $100,000, I can write the check. Can you? If you can't, then you are failing as a man. You are failing your duty to pride. Money is not about buying Ferraris, though I have plenty of those. Money is about the ability to say no. It is about the ability to detach yourself from the systems of control. How do you get money? You don't get it by saving. You don't get it by skipping the latte. You get it by attacking the marketplace. You get it by being valuable. The world is an exchange of value. If you are broke, it is because you have no skills. You have nothing to offer. You are just a consumer. You need to become a producer. You need to identify problems and solve them. The bigger the problem, you be a top G. It starts now, not tomorrow. Now, get to work.